Hi souls, welcome to my channel where hobbies go to die. Today we are going to be doing a what I got for Christmas. As you've seen previously, that's the first video that I ever made for the YouTube channel. So this would be my year anniversary for YouTube. Doubtful I'm going to be posting this the same day that was posted. I don't even remember when I posted it. Depends on how quickly I can edit this. But anyways, without further ado, I have several things to show you. I'm going to start with books and then go on from there. So the first thing I want to show you is one that I got from Sacred Hearth Book Reviews. Heather over on Bookstagram. She's become one of my book besties and she saw that I had this on my wish list and she finished reading it herself and she really loved it, so she got it for me. So thank you for that. Brom started off as an artist and did things like video game art and that sort of thing, and then started writing books. So I knew about Brom before I even started writing books. There's a lot of art in this that I kept flipping through. Of course, now I can't find any pieces to show you, but I've always liked the Krampus story, so I'm really interested how this is going to be. Everyone seems to like it, so. Of course, I have no room to put this anywhere. I'll put it up here. By the way, I have the camera front facing, which means the quality is not going to be as good as my other videos. It's because I have a lot of things to show you and I'd much rather it not accidentally get cut off in the camera, so I need my face. But anyways, that was lovely. Thank you so much, Heather, for that. I'm probably just going to say screw it and read that anytime instead of winter. It really depends because I do have a lot of books to read before I can jump into any of this. But so excited to read it whenever I get to it. Next books are ones that I got from my husband and brother-in-law. So the first one is Pride and Prejudice. I've not actually read this. I keep eyeing these like parodies of Pride and Prejudice. We have that Pride and Prejudice and Zombies or whatever the title is that I keep eyeing and wanting to read because it's zombie focused. So I would like to read the source before I read the parodies. Of course, based on reviews, I think the parodies are just going to be this, just smash some random thing. There was another one about Pride and Prejudice in space or something that was also interested, but I've read reviews where it was basically this exact story just smashed into space. But still interested in reading, and I'm still interested in reading the actual source. I have that now to read, and then I have this is a spicy romance. It's The Seeds by the Gargoyles. One of my I guess guilty pleasures is reading spicy romance books, so you're gonna see I think this is actually the only one actually. A curvy librarian looking to start a family, a clan of gargoyles, and the deception that starts it all is the first line there. I won't read the rest, but based on the title and the cover and that line, you can kind of guess what goes on with this. It's a why choose type of romance. This is by Lillian Lark. If you want to check it out yourself. And then the next thing I have here is The Things We Do to Our Friends by Heather Darwent. My husband's actually interested in reading this one himself. He's actually interested in reading the other one too. But he follows this like Reddit board or something that's like cozy books or books that feel a certain mood or something like that. And apparently this is one that, since it's placed in Edinburgh, Scotland, it's like constantly raining, so it's like a rainy feel, and he's always loved like really rainy feel books or atmospheres in general. He loves the rain. So do I, honestly. So he was interested in reading this himself, and then he got it from me because I was interested in reading it. I'm not sure how I'll like this book. This is one of those books that I am stepping out of my comfort zone to read. I think it is a thriller, which I have read thrillers before, but I'm more horror focused, and this is more of a, I'll read this line to you. She's an outsider desperate to belong, but the cost of entry might be her deepest secret in this intoxicating page turner about a clique of dangerously ambitious students. So it's one of those type of thrillers that just kind of like what you're willing to sacrifice in order to be part of this group. It's, you know, moral of the story type of thing. Glad that I have it so I can give it a read, and my husband can give it a read. Maybe he'll like it more than me, who knows. I'm sorry I keep right in your face, but I have nowhere else to put those books. And then the next book that I have is Bone Shaker by Cherie Priest. I think is how you say that name. I don't know if you've had this happen to you before, but you keep seeing a book wherever you go and you keep eyeing it and like, that sounds kind of interesting, but you never pick it up. This is one of those books for me. I've seen this book a long time ago in Barnes and Noble, and I was kind of vaguely interested in steampunk books, and the cover is so striking to me. I like this kind of art style, but I ultimately picked up this other book, and then I never thought about this book again. And then I stumbled upon this book in one of our local used bookstores that we really like going to. So I took a picture of it and I added it to my list to check out at some point. I just keep seeing this book and I keep saying this sounds kind of interesting, and then I put it down instead. So now I have it, now I can read it. Like I said, it's a steampunk book, a marvelous book crammed with readerly pleasures, zombies, pirates, cracking adventure, historical conceits, and characters that make you wish you could linger inside it longer after turning the final page. Jerry Priest is one of my favorite fantasists. It's got zombies in it. There you go. That immediately piqued my interest. I mean, everything else does too, but I'm a big fan of horror. And zombies, I'm a big fan of zombies, so having that in there is interesting. I can finally read it and see if it's actually worth it. The next book we have here is A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. Is this the cover that says the TV series? Not surprisingly not. This is one of those other books that I keep seeing people like review, and I keep saying this sounds really interesting, and I put it off to the side. I keep eyeing the TV series too, but I feel like I should read the book first. So now I have the book. An irresistible tale of wizardry, science, and forbidden love. Basically a librarian, which I'm really big into libraries and magical libraries and stuff. But a librarian finds a book, doesn't think anything of it, but turns out she basically unlocked the mystical world, and vampires and all sorts of things suddenly come out of the book. I think it comes out of the book or just comes out of the woodwork in general. Touching the book triggers something. But yeah, very interesting sounding. I'm excited to read that one. And then the next thing is called Psychic Witch. It is by Matt Aron. This is not a fiction. This is a non-fiction, I guess, metaphysical book, you know, about witchcraft and stuff. I won't get into it for people who are not interested. I'll just say that this interests me and I keep seeing it in places, so I'm glad to finally have it so I can read it. And then the last book that I have here is Lovesick by Luana Vecchio. I don't know if I said the last name right or not. This is also very gory. But yeah, this is a graphic novel. It is a gory graphic novel. If you know about the weird world of the dark web and the weirdness of, what was it called? Gore prawn? I'm not going to say the word. Switch the letters around. But it's about that. About people who get off on that weirdness. I don't know. I like weird, creepy stories like that. So this is definitely going to be very gory and very not safe for work. Just a heads up for anyone who's wanting to look this up yourself. I just kind of flipped through and saw some things, but I don't know, it caught my interest when I was at our local comic shop and I took a picture of it to pick up later, and now I have it. So that was all of my books, but of course my husband and his brother also got books for Christmas. I'm not going to show you all of them because they have a ton. I think they have twice as much as I do, both of them. I did pick up some of the books that I'm personally interested in reading because we all share books. We're all going to be reading each other's books that interest us. So I picked up a little handful of each of theirs. There's a few others in the stacks that I'm kind of interested in, but I didn't want to keep going with these books. It's just going to take hours if I just sit here and talk about all of them. So I'll just show you what I picked up out of their list just to show you some books that I might be reading at some point. And the first stack we'll go through is my brother-in-law's stack, starting with Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, or should I not do the French version? Louis Stevenson? I don't know if it's supposed to be Louis or Louis. But yeah, you should know what Treasure Island is. I've not actually read it myself, so I'm interested in reading it. So is he, obviously, because he has it. We have a lot of classics that we've been slowly collecting, so we can all read them at some point. And this was one of them that we have not collected yet. So we have that. I don't know where to put this. I guess I can put it here. And then this is one of the series that we actually have the majority of on our shelves. And that is Goldfinger by Ian Fleming. I can't remember if he's missing any more than these, but he has all the other ones on the shelves, and I'm interested in actually reading these James Bond series. And the reason why I picked this up, of course it's got the used tag on it, is because he has all the others in this same like look. So he didn't want to buy the next series and it not be the same as the rest of his books. And then we have one that I'm surprised he actually put in his list. I didn't know he was interested in this, but this was definitely one that I'm interested in, and that is The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Once again, it's about a library. Of course, I'm interested, so I'm glad to have this so I can steal it. This is about someone who, as time runs out for her, she gives the opportunity to be transported to this midnight library and choose one of many infinite ways her life could have gone if she made different decisions and stuff. So she gets to read this book and get transported into another life that she might have lived. And of course, there's a moral of the story. Here, I'll read the end. Before time runs out, she must answer the ultimate question. With infinite choices, what is the best way to live? I don't know, this sounded really fascinating to me, so I'm glad that we have it. And then the other thing that he got that strikes my interest is Myths and Legends of Flowers, Trees, Fruits, and Plants. Wait. So it's 3rd edition, 1911, Charles Skinner. New edition, 2020, edited by Carl Marwick. Okay, so Charles Skinner is the one who wrote it. It's just a new edition, 2020 edition of that. But basically, this is, as you would expect by the title, myths and legends revolving around nature. And I've always liked myths and legends. They're always fascinating to me, so I'm glad that we have this because I'm going to be reading it myself. Yeah, there's like things about daisies and dahlias. I just saw the elm tree, iris. So it's definitely different nature, flowers, trees, that sort of thing, and the legends surrounding them. So that'll be interesting to read. And then the last thing is, I'm pretty sure this is book 2 because we have book 1. It's The War of the Dwarves by Marcus Heitz. This is one of those books that I keep seeing the first book of on the shelves because I keep organizing books. I organized our books again the other day. I keep changing what they look like. But this is one I keep like grabbing to organize and then staring at, that I've actually not read the back of the book. It just, dwarves always interest me, and this is like a fantasy book, so it's always struck my fancy. And now we have the, I think, second book of the series, so I would like to pick this up at some point when I'm ready to read the chunky book, because the first one is exactly the same size as this one, basically. Let's see. The dwarves have gone to battle and they have been victorious, but outside the realm, dark forces are working. The War of the Dwarves is the second installment in a spectacular fantasy epic from the international best-selling author Marcus Heitz. So this is the second book. But I don't know, dwarves have always fascinated me, so I'd like to dive into more fantasy. I would like to dive into more high fantasy type books, and this seems to be an interesting one. But yeah, those are just like a small selection of books of his giant book stack. Let me move this over so I can get my husband's stack. Okay, and then my husband, I did a small stack of. There's like several over there that really interest me, but these are ones that really caught my eye as I was going through them. And the first one is The Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean M. Aul, or is it Jean M. Aul? I never know how to say these names, but we actually got the entire series of this. It's like a fantasy about Neanderthals, like the first people. It's about an epic journey about the first people. More specifically, this is about Isla. Isla's journey begins. This is the first book. Like I said, I have the entire series over there. We got him the entire series. Or we didn't get it, actually. I think his mother gave him this series. Sorry, there's something on the book. I'm trying to save the book from getting stained. Orphaned by an earthquake at the age of 5, Isla is left without family or people until she is adopted by the clan, a group of Neanderthals, the clan of the cave bear. So I think the entire series follows Isla, so it'd be interesting to see what this is all about. And then the next one we have here is To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. Becky Chambers is a author that he really is into. He read the robot series, I can't remember the name of. It's like a very cozy. Apparently she wrote another cozy type of thing, but sci-fi, and I think this is a standalone. So this is a novella, and I think in the same universe as that sci-fi series that he started reading. I think he has some of the books, or he has all the books of that one. He seems to really like this author, so I would very much like to read this one along with the other Becky Chambers that we have at some point. The next book we have here, I do believe is a nonfiction, is The Soul of a New Machine by Tracy Kidder. This is technology business, so I'm assuming it is a nonfiction. Computers have changed since 1981 when Tracy Kidder indelibly recorded the drama, comedy, and excitement of one company's efforts to bring a new mini computer to market. I don't know, computer technology and stuff fascinate me. It obviously fascinates him too because he's an IT person, and the cover looks cool. So I'm something I might pick up and read at some point when I feel like reading a nonfiction. And then this next one, I bought him. I wanted to buy him when he was in the hospital doing the surgery and stuff. It's just something I randomly stumbled upon. I was looking up cozy books because he was really into that cozy book era there for a while, and I figured cozy book would be good for him in the hospital, but I never got around to buying it, so we got it for him for Christmas instead. I was not expecting it to be this big. I didn't check to see how many pages this was, and when this got in and my husband opened it, I was like, wow, it was actually that big. It's a chunky book. And it's called Beers and Beards, an Adventure Brewing by Jolly Jupiter. Actually, it's really short, so I'm just going to read the synopsis. Pete is a simple man who enjoys a good drink amongst good friends. Not too much to ask, right? Now he's trapped in a fantasy world far from home, stuck underground in the body of a smelly dwarf with fantastic facial hair. The worst part? The swill that the dwarves are falling all over themselves to drink. It's flat, it's watery, and it has the alcohol content of a rancid coconut. Can Pete save the dwarves from their own sour fates, or will he be forever doomed to plink his pickaxe away in hopes that he hits the mother lode? So it's one of those, someone gets stuck in a fantasy world and trapped in another body, but it's more focused on saving the dwarves from their shoddy beer. And I do like that they stuck with the female dwarves being bearded as well. How many pages is this? It's a lit RPG type book, and there's a bunch of other books here. Looks like in the same series. If this is good, then I'm gonna have to pick up the rest. Looks like it's 661 pages. That is so crazy. I wonder what all happens then. Because I thought it was just going to be focused on the, beer brewing. I thought it would be a cute little short book, but it's not. That's going to be interesting. And then the last thing we got here from my husband's stack is The Wild God of the World. It's an anthology of Robinson Jeffers. I think these are all poems, which I wanted to get more into poems. Some of these look like they're like short stories or like story poems. He said it was like all about, as you would expect from the title, like nature and wilderness and that sort of thing. It's all about that. I've never read anything from this poet, so I'm interested in reading this myself for that very reason. I think it's one that his boss may have suggested him read. I can't remember. But yeah, that is all of the books. My stack of books plus some that I'm interested in from their stack. So let's move on into some other things that I got for Christmas, starting with some that I'm excited because I want to film them. And the first thing is one that I got from my mother and father-in-law. And it's this, I don't know if you've seen these before. Surely you have if you've been online. But it's one of those book Nook things that you like build a, the glare, I'm so sorry, but you like to build this like book Nook thing. Apparently you can open doors to and stuff to put in on your shelf. I've always been interested in building one of these, so I'm excited to have it to do that, and I would very much like to film it so I can show you what I do. Put that up there. I've got stacks everywhere around me. And then the next thing that I'm excited to film is this is a 300 piece of colored pencils. Kalour. I don't know this brand. I normally do Prismacolors, but Mom saw that I had Prismacolors on my wish list and they're expensive, so I understand. She saw these right next to the Prismacolors and it's like, you can get 300 pieces for half the cost. So I'm interested in swatching these and then telling you how I feel about, maybe I'll do like a color page because I have a bunch of adult coloring books. So maybe I'll film me coloring it and then give my review at these Kalours because they are like half the price or maybe less than Prismacolor. So if these are actually good, especially if you're just interested in coloring pages, then maybe this would be something you want to look at yourself. I did kind of like curiously pull these out and kind of play around with some of them. They look like they're going to be blendable, which is nice. I mean, I'm an artist. I've always loved using Prismacolors for my art pieces and stuff. So if this is like on par to Prismacolors, that's exciting. If you have ever used these before, let me know how you like them. Where am I gonna put this? I guess I'll put it on the ground for now. I think those are all the things that I want to film at some point. These other things are just things that I'm just excited to have for Christmas. First things are, I'll show you the Killstar stuff. My husband got me some Killstar stuff, starting with these skull measuring cups. It's got all the way from 1/4 all the way up to 1 tablespoon. I've been wanting to get more and more into baking, and now I have this awesome set of, I think they're ceramic. They sound ceramic, so I'm afraid I'm going to drop them and break them at some point, but they're really cool. They're really, really awesome. I like the skull faces on them. So yeah, I got these from Killstar. And then these other things from Killstar, speaking of baking things, I want to have a collection of cookie cutters. So this is the start of it. I have this crescent moon. I don't know if you can see the face in there. I'm so sorry. That's another thing I'm going to be buying with my gift card is lighting. So I can have lights where it should be instead of behind me. There you go. Here's an angle. You can see the face in there. I don't know how that's going to transfer on a cookie. I guess I'll have to try that at some point and see. I have this spooky house. It's also got a face on it. This came in a 3-pack. And then I have this spooky ghost. So that will be the start of my cookie cutter collection. Or they said that you can use these for like other things too, like clay projects and stuff, polymer clay. That'd be interesting to do. Of course, if I do that, that means I can't use them for cookies. So maybe I need a second set just to do that. The last thing I got from Killstar is this. It's a sun catcher, but I'm not putting it on the window. But you can see if I do this, the sun coming out. What I'm doing with this though is I'm putting this on that gallery wall that I'm slowly building up the stairs. I hung this up there. I just took it off the wall to show you. This is really cute. I've always liked sun catchers and stained glass and stuff, so glad to have this. It's very well made. I don't know if this is actually glass or if it's resin. I can't tell. And then let me show you this. This isn't from Killstar, but it's cool. Mom found it during Halloween. It is one of those Scentsy burners, but it's a coffin shape. So you have a skeleton guy hanging out there inside, and you put your Scentsy stuff in there. And of course you have the bottom plate here for heating it up. And then on the sides you have skulls and stuff. I don't have a sense of smell, so it's not often I'm probably going to use this. If my husband's interested in, you know, burning some to make the area smell good, then he can. But it's still a neat thing that I put on the shelf just to have its decor. Hopefully I don't break it. I'm trying to put it over here. And then the last little things are like clothing. I think I have some small things in this box as well that I haven't shown you yet, but the next things are going to be clothing. So let's start with the socks and stuff. My mother and father-in-law got me some really long knee socks, Halloween stuff with lace in the front. These are really cute. I don't wear knee socks often. Of course, I would like to start wearing more like dresses and stuff at some point. Depends on if I go anywhere. The thing is, I'm a homebody, so I don't go anywhere too often. So I don't get dressed too often, but I do have these as an option if I want to wear them with a dress. These are purple and black with cute little green bows, and then it has the lace in the top too. So I have those as an option if I ever want to wear dresses at some point, if I decide to leave the house at any point. And then I have these, which you should have seen in my Nosferatu. I actually wore these out already. And these are the fishnet arm warders. My husband got these from Killstar again. And they're very well made if anyone's interested. The fishnet on it is really thick, even with my nails. Of course, you still have to be careful, but even with my nails, it didn't snag it or anything. They have like really good stretch to them. With my arms, it goes all, I can pull it all the way up my elbow to like the thicker part of my arm. It does slightly roll down here because my arm gets really thick at this point, so it does, especially at bend and move, it does roll down a little bit, but it still holds its shape, still very comfortable. Of course, I wore this on my thumb, which is what I'm used to, but the pictures on Killstar actually show them wear it on their middle finger, which is an interesting look. So you can do it that way as well. You can wear this on any finger, honestly. But yeah, these are really comfortable, really cool. Glad that I have them for accessories. I like having accessories. I can accessorize my stuff. It's a good way to make yourself look, something as simple as like black pants and a black shirt. You can make a little bit more gothy by having some necklaces and chokers and arm warmers and that sort of thing, just to give yourself a look while also being cheap, because these are a lot cheaper than a lot of their clothing is on Killstar. Speaking of Killstar, he also got me these socks, which are, again, I guess lace is the theme. Have lace, and it has a bow, and it has the pentagram there. I wore these to where this was facing the front, because these socks do not have a heel to them, so you can wear these where these are facing the front. But on their pictures, they actually have these worn where it's facing outside on either side, so you can wear them either way, honestly. These are really comfortable, but they're stocking material. Let me see if I can... Yeah, they're like stocking material. For one, these might snag on you, so be careful with your nails. Of course, it's like a thick stocking, so maybe it won't snag as bad. But number two, they're all obviously not going to pad your shoes, so maybe wear these with something that are like your comfortable shoes. I wore these with my Converse. They are stretchy though. I have a size men's 10, women's 11.5 foot, so I do not have a tiny foot, and these actually stretched over my feet rather well without stretching them out too much. And then before I show you this other thing, because I don't know how I'm going to show you this, I might have to pull this back and show you that way or something. I have this skull sweater. The skulls on them are shiny. I don't know if you can see that, but it's heavy. It's really heavy material. I don't know, does it say what material this is? I don't see a tag that says what material this is, but it's like heavy, kind of like cashmere. I doubt this is cashmere. It's like some kind of fake cashmere or whatever. And it's really soft feeling. I'm hoping the inside is the same way. It might be, but I'm kind of worried because the inside of it has the sparkliness that the skulls are all the way inside. I'm kind of worried that's going to make it itchy, but we'll see. I have not had a chance to wear this, but at some point maybe I'll be able to wear this. Texas, it doesn't have the weather for, but it's really nice. Okay, so the next thing, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can show this to you. So it's a custom made blanket, and it's huge, and I don't even know if I pushed you back if I would be able to show you. Maybe I can. Hold on. Okay, I pushed you back. Hopefully you can hear me still. I'm gonna try my best to show you this. So the top of it says, "Just a girl who loves books." Okay, and it's got these cute little flowers on it, and the flowers are all throughout. Looks like there's leaves and stuff too. And then as you go down, there's me. Mom did this custom, and she saw this hair. It's not an actual side cut, but it's about as close as she can get. But she made it look like me. And then behind me are a bunch of like books. Of course, there are books I've not actually read, like Fourth Wing and what is this one? Oh, that's Akatar. So she put books that I guess are popular in general, but I've not read them myself. The Crow Lord I have. That one I've read. That one's a good one that I like. And then the Serpent and Wings of something. I can't remember the title. It's over there. Wings of Night, I think is what it's called. I've not read that one either. I have these other books I would like to read, but I've not read them. I've read The Crow Lord. I do like that one. But it's still cool that she did that. And of course my name. Hi, my name is Leslie, by the way, because I'm about to show you. It has my name on the bottom. Somewhere. Where'd it go? Yeah, there we go. It has my name on the bottom. It's really cool. I'm struggling with it because it is huge. It's a huge blanket. And it's fleece on the outside, or the inside of it. Like a light fleece. Let me pull you forward. I have a million freaking blankets. So that will just be one I'll grab at some point when I need something thicker and heavier and want to wrap up in if I want to read with a blanket or something. But it's so cool that she found a way to customize something for me. Fingers crossed I like those other books that are on there, but if not, it's fine. It's cool that Mom did that. Okay, so the next thing I have are these hair clips. There's a bat wing clip. My one concern is these are really small, and I don't know if this is gonna fit. We'll see what I can do with this. It'd be an interesting little experiment. They're really cool though. And I have another one here. It's actually a bigger clip, but it's skeleton hands. So you clip this in your hair, and that'd be cool. I'll have to experiment and see what I can do with my hair. Definitely would like to keep these in my bathroom, just at least on display if I don't use them. Quick clip here to add into the video. I completely forgot about some things I can't show you at the moment, but apparently my husband got some things from a small business. I think it's Bookish related things. It's probably shirts. I think I know where he got it from, but they still haven't been shipped, so I'm gonna have some of those, but I'm probably not gonna have them by the time I finish editing this video. Also, we are getting bookshelves, thankfully, because we have a ton more books that we need to put on shelves. We found some room upstairs. I think I've mentioned this before. We found some room upstairs that we can add some bookshelves to. So we'll be doing that and putting all of our books that we just got on those shelves. I am planning on getting a stand that I can do top down with, so I can do some of the art and craft projects that I would like to do. And I'm getting some lighting because I need lighting. This house is atrocious when it comes to lighting. And I'm also going to get those colored pencils. I'm going to be getting a organizer that I feel like would be better than just keeping it in that tin thing. Okay, so I am going to show you a couple of things that I got with my gift card that I got for Christmas, and also I forgot a couple of things while filming what I got for Christmas. So I'll be showing all of those. I have this. It's a stand that bends at the top, so I'll be able to do those top-down videos. And also, which I'm not using for this video because I'm showing you, but I have the softbox. I have two of these big old soft boxes to light my videos and stuff. I actually used it tonight, as you can tell by the lack of sunlight. I used them tonight to take some pictures for my Instagram, and they worked pretty well. Of course, you know, obviously having some sunlight along with the softbox lights would be good. And then the thing that I forgot to show you is, I showed this before in my previous what I got for Christmas. It's my post-mortem boutique purse. I think it's called Shapeshifter or something on their website. But I got two new face plates. One of them I'm having on my purse right now, which is this jack-o'-lantern with glittery mouth, nose, and eyes. They're like gel or whatever. Like soft. Very fun to play with, honestly. And then I have another face to add to that collection. And it's this old school Halloween piece. I'll show you the other ones that I have in my collection. I got these last year, but I figured I'd show them anyways. And that is my vampire one, which I wore for Nosferatu. And then I have this bat, which I could have worn for Nosferatu if I felt like it. And then I have Sam. I love this purse because I can literally have multiple purses in one. And I can turn that into a backpack if I feel like it. Really, really love this purse. I'm just sitting there collecting all their faceplates at this point. I forgot one last thing I need to show you. So I mentioned in the video that I have a 300 piece pencil set now. I bought this that will hopefully organize those 300 pencils in something a little bit better than a tin can. So I'll be doing that for a video. And that's it. That's all that I have that I got for Christmas. A good haul of stuff that I was not expecting to get. Very excited. Christmas always exciting. Obviously, more than just gifts. I mean, come on. Gifts are exciting. Even little things are exciting to get. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you want more content like this. And comment down below what you got for Christmas. Until next time. Bye, souls.